today, specifically, we are going to talk to a group of an organization that seeks environmental justice. It's the Friends of the Rouge, and they are an organization dedicated to restoring, protecting, and enhancing the Rouge River watershed to seek environmental justice and equality for its population and the neighboring communities. And today we have Executive Director Mary McCormick here with us to tell us all about the Rouge organization and how we can get involved. Mary, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me this morning. It's lovely to be here with you. Mhm.
Thank you, Mary. Mary, can you just provide a little bit of overview and tell us more about the Friends of the Rouge and your mission?
Sure. Well, you did a great job introducing the organization. Our mission is to restore, protect, and enhance the Rouge River and its watershed, and we do that through collaboration, education, and restoration work. We've been around since 1987, so we're going on 37 years of operations. And we have a great team here. We've got 4 different programs, and we're hoping to expand into a 5th. But we service 47 communities in Southeast Michigan, including the city of Detroit. Our river miles are 127 river miles with 4 different main branches to the main stem, and it's one of the most diverse watersheds in the entire state, both economically, socially, racially, culturally. So we have many different types of people that live here in our watershed, the diversity of which is something we celebrate and embrace and really see as valuable to meeting the mission of our organization.
That's beautiful. That is truly seeking environmental justice. As you mentioned on the website, therouge.org, they are seeking environmental justice for these very diverse communities that tend to be ignored, if I must say, and they are usually impoverished. So it's a great mission that you guys have at the Rouge Foundation. Can you tell us more about the key initiatives of the organization and how is it currently, what you guys are currently doing to fulfill this mission?
Thanks for asking. We currently have 4 main focus areas. Um, so we do a lot of education. Education is something that's threaded throughout the entire organization. We do have an education focus on K through 12 education, where we work with schools to do the physical, chemical, and biological parameters of the river. This is cool because we teach the teachers how to deliver the curriculum, and then the schools themselves get to adopt a section of the river. We try to remove barriers by providing all the equipment, all the training, teacher stipends, supporting salaries of teachers and substitutes. So removing any barriers to having schools participate in this program is a key priority for us. We've been running that program for 36 years and have had over 100,000 students participate. We
Wow.
still get students coming back um, 3 decades later and saying, this is a program that meant something to me and changed the trajectory of my career. So things like that are really impactful to me, and seeing how important the work that we do here at Friends of the Rouge um, is able to change a young person's life. So education is one focus. We also do a lot of biological monitoring, which means that we're monitoring the critters either in the river or on the edges of the river or in our watershed. Some of the most notable is our bug hunts, our benthic macroinvertebrates, which means um, insects dwelling at the bottom of the river. And they tell us a story about the health of the river. They help us understand whether the river is healthy or not because they have to live at the bottom. And if they're there and they're sensitive, that means the river is healthy. And if they're not there, that tells us a story too. But this is a great way to get families and young people involved in this work. We have 3 different events a year where folks can come out and help us search for bugs. So we call it a gateway program. And we have many other biological monitoring programs as well, which you can check out on our website. Ways to get involved, get your friends and family involved as well. We also do a lot of restoration work. You see some of the photos that are scrolling. might include, right, like this one you see here, bringing families and friends out to plant native gardens, maybe do maintenance days. We do a lot of rain garden installations, and rain gardens are really important, helping to slow spread and sink the rainwater that comes from the sky and washes out really fast, sometimes overburdening our rivers, and especially, as you mentioned earlier, in our um, more impacted communities that have been historically underserved, you have more systemic flooding issues. And so a rain garden is a nice solution to help mitigate that at a super local level. You'll see a lot of rain gardens in a variety of sizes that can help ease the pressure of flooding. And if you're interested in learning more about that, you can come check us out on our website to learn about how to either volunteer to put one in, or maybe you want to put one in your own house, business, or house of worship. We work with many different entities to do that. And not beyond just actually the environmental impact, and it really does have an important social impact in developing future stewards who care about the river and about their community. And our fourth program area is focused on equity and access to recreation and green spaces. So we have seen that it's pretty pervasive lack of access to nature trails, to green spaces, to the river in communities that have been walled off from the river through industry or historic redlining, that continues to have an effect today on how our communities are organized. And so we have been working to dismantle that and create equity and access to those spaces. So those are our four main program areas, and ways that we're trying to meet our mission and really be a space for inclusive, community-driven solutions to the environmental challenges we have here in Southeast Michigan.
Of course, you can learn more, as Marie said, on their website, therouge.org. You can also look up all their mission, their vision, and their volunteer opportunities. Marie, you also mentioned something about volunteerism, and we know that volunteerism is an integral part to any organization, especially nonprofit organizations. Can you tell us a little bit more about volunteering in the Rouge? How can people volunteer, and what are the programs that need the most volunteering opportunities in?
Thank you so much for asking. Volunteering is the heart of our organization. Last year, we had over 8,000 individual people volunteer with the organization. Um, Quite honestly, at this time of the year, it's more difficult to do outside volunteering. However, in early January, we will have our winter stonefly search, which is a super fun opportunity for folks to go out and look for these little tiny critters that hatch in the dead of winter at the bottom of the icy cold Rouge River, and they crawl out and to have their entire life cycle and in that moment. And so you can go out. We have our trained team leaders, and you can watch them break up the ice in the river and be part of that really cool biological monitoring experience. Throughout the whole year, you can check out our website, our social media, and we have a newsletter that will go out bi-weekly that gives you opportunities to volunteer. Those might look like monitoring for frogs, toads, bugs, fish. You could also be planting rain gardens, maintaining gardens, planting trees, helping out with our trails, doing logjam work. There's opportunities to volunteer with the schools that we work with. The opportunities are quite endless, and we need your help. The volunteer experience is really the secret sauce of Friends of the Rouge. It is how we meet our mission best, in that, we might not be planting trees as fast, but we are planting a future of environmental stewards. And to me, that's more important than the number of trees you plant. It's about the experience that you have, a quality, transformational volunteer experience with us is really important in meeting our mission. So I hope you come out and join us someday.
Of course, that is. These are very great opportunities, especially for people who are seeking a career in probably environmental science or even environmental justice. Even if you want to be environmental lawyers, it's a lot of great opportunities. And also educating, as you mentioned, Mary, educating these younger children and how to create a better future, environmental future for us, not for us and for the coming communities. And when we talk about environmental justice, we're not only talking about the environment or making or planting more trees, as you mentioned. It's creating a better environment for us because we are a part of it. Humans are a part of this environment. So thank you so much for mentioning about all these wonderful, wonderful volunteer opportunities. Again, therouge.org to learn more about these volunteer opportunities and everything you need to know about this wonderful organization. Mary, can you tell us a little bit more about your upcoming events before Giving Tuesday, and how can people help you out if they cannot volunteer?
Thank you so much for asking. We are kicking off our Giving Tuesday event very shortly, in just a couple weeks here. Giving of your time, talent, and treasure is something that is incredibly impactful to our mission. We are able to get grants. We're able to do lots of different types of fundraising that help support the mission. But ultimately, it's you that make the difference, and you are the reason that we can continue the work that we do today and into the future. And without support from the community, this work wouldn't be possible. So I implore you to consider a gift on Giving Tuesday. We do have a huge matching opportunity for folks to jump on board. And at the very beginning, we will have a triple match opportunity. So if you jump on early in the morning, Friends of the Rouge will be triple matched for your generous donation.
Of course, you can donate and know more about how you can donate to the Friends of the Rouge by visiting, again, I'm repeating this because people should know where they can visit, where they can volunteer. It's therouge.org, TheRouge.org for more information about the Rouge and how you can help them out. Mary, as the executive director, what is your future vision of the Rouge, and what would you like to tell people about it, and how, just your final words about this wonderful organization and what it's like working there?
It's a really incredible team of folks who are so passionate and dedicated to this mission. We are super friendly. We are the nicest people you meet. The experience that you have working with the folks here at the organization should be one and will be one that you will remember for the rest of your life. We are really excited to continue our programming, and we want to grow into more advocacy work and policy work because we feel strongly that the Rouge River needs to have a human voice speak for it. It's had a lot of improvement, but we still have a lot of work to do, and we want you to be part of that. So please come out and join us. I'd love to have you be part of the Friends of the Rouge team.
Mary, thank you so much for joining us on this Splash Live, and thank you so much for all the wonderful things that you are doing on with the Friends of the Rouge Foundation. So we thank you again for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you so much. Again, for everybody who wants to know more about the Rouge or to volunteer or even donate prior to Giving Tuesday or after Giving Tuesday, you can check out therouge.org for more information.